In this video, we're going to look at the Grade 8 Practice MSA problems 4 through 8. The dimensions of a cylindrical apple juice can are shown. The given formula can be used to determine the volume of the cylinder. Okay, it says volume equals base times height, where area of base times height. So my base shape is a circle, so I need to find the area of a circle, and that is pi r squared. And 6 is all the way across, making it the diameter. So my radius is really 3. So I need to do 3.14 times 3 squared. And remember, 3 squared means 3 times 3, not 3 times 2. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 3 times 3, and I get 28.26. And then I need to multiply it by the height. The height of my can is 12. So I'm going to multiply this by 12. And I get 339.12. Or sorry, 339 and 12/100ths. What is the approximate? So approximate wants you to estimate. So which of these choices is closer to the real answer? Choice B. Okay. Weaverton Cliffs is a hiking trail in Maryland. The trail is 3 inches long on the map that has a scale of 7.5 inches equals 15 miles. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is record my scale. And I have a mixed fraction, and I find it's much easier to work with a decimal. So 7.5 inches is the same as 7.5 as a decimal, because 0.5 is a half, over 15. Now I need to have my label so I don't make a mistake. This is inches, and this is miles. And they told me that the trail is 3 inches long. So where did I put inches? I put inches in the numerator, so I'm going to put 3 inches here. But they didn't tell me how many miles it was. Okay? So, I'm going to have that as X. If Sarah hikes Weaverton Cliffs from beginning to end and returns along the same trail, what is the total distance she hikes? Okay, well, let's figure out how far it is in one direction. I'm going to cross multiply. So 15 times 3 is 45. And then I'm going to divide, because when I cross multiply this way I get 7.5x, and this is multiplication, so to get rid of multiplication I do division. So I'm going to divide by 7.5, and I get 6. So for her to go from the start to the end of the trail is 6 miles, but then she's going to turn around and go back 6. So she really hiked a total of 12 miles. You have to be careful in this, because when I found the distance it was 6, but they wanted her to go beginning to end and then return on the trail. So you have to do 6 and then 6 again. So you have to read the problems very carefully. Okay. Which scatter plot shows a positive relationship between the number of homework questions a student completes and the student's test scores? A positive relationship is an increasing one. Okay? So this relationship is going this way. It's increasing. This one is staying flat. This we would call constant. This one, the trend is moving down. This would be decreasing. And this one, the dots are all over the place, so there's not a pattern. So the increasing would be choice A. Nina has a bag with 60 pieces of candy. The bag contains 25 red pieces, 11 blue, and 9 green. The remaining pieces are yellow. Nina will randomly pick one piece of candy from the bag. What is the probability it will be yellow? Well, first of all, we need to know how many yellow pieces there are. So there's 60 in the bag total, and I know that there's 25 red, 11 blue, and 9 green. And when I add these up, that gives me 45. And 60 minus 45 is 15. So there's 15 yellow pieces, but they want to know the probability. So that would be 15 out of 60, or 15 over 60. And I can leave it like this, or I could reduce it There's enough room for me to fit it, so I'm not going to take the time to reduce it. And so I did 1, 5, fraction bar, 6, 0, bubble in the 1, bubble in the 5, bubble in my fraction bar, 6, and the 0. Did everything line up? Did I bubble in the correct column? Yes, but I just made a stray mark, so let me erase that so it doesn't mess up the computer reading. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, if you did reduce it, it actually reduces to 1/4. And that is also a correct answer. Or if you got the fraction and you happen to take the time and put it in your calculator, 15 divided by 60, you would have gotten 0.25, which is also an acceptable answer. There's more than one correct answer when you grid in for this problem. Okay, look at the sequence below. What is the 9th term in this sequence? Okay, when it asks me a 9th term, I like to number so I don't lose track. So this is the 1st term, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. See, they actually gave me an extra line. So it was a good thing that I numbered and kept track of where I'm going. To go from negative 90 to negative 83, you add 7. Does that pattern work? If I add 7 to negative 83, oh, maybe I'm not so good with my integers, so let me just double check. If I have negative 83 and I add 7, yes, that gives me negative 76. So the pattern is add 7. So I'm going to add 7 again, and that gives me negative 79. I'm going to add 7 again, and that's going to give me negative 62. Then I'm going to have negative 55. Then I'm going to have negative 48, negative 41, negative 34. So the answer should have been B.